Welcome to the Age of Aquarius. This is Amina, your survival guide in the Age of Aquarius. So this reading is going to be for the 18th, Tuesday, the 18th of April, 2023. And these readings are titled to Aquarius, but they're actually to the collective because of the Age of Aquarius. So these readings will always affect you in one way or another. So try to keep that in mind. You could be on either or side of the fence. Either or side of the fence, right? Okay. So the astrology. We're still in that weird limbo, and that will continue for a while yet. With Mars being watered down over in Cancer. And so and Chiron being in Aries, the fire energy, well, and Black Moon Lilith being in Leo. The only fire energy that's not being heavily affected is Sagittarius. But Aries and Leo, well, like I described it, imagine you have 4 legs on a chair or a table, and one of the legs has been chopped off. So we have an imbalance. Our fire energy is kind of missing. So some of you might be feeling a little sluggish, like you're having to take naps more often. The signs that are probably having the most issues right now would be Aries, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, possibly Pisces. Having the most issues, but it depends on your placements and stuff. So with all those signs being involved, it's going to hit you one way or another because of your chart. So this energy, the moon moves into Aries today, early in the morning. And that is the head, teeth, tongue, and arteries. And right now, you're still all systems go for procedures and things like that, according to Farmer's Almanac and other sources. And what I would avoid, head, teeth, tongue, arteries. Okay. And then Wednesday, so tomorrow would be your last day to do anything like that, any procedures or anything, because then we go into the new moon solar eclipse on Thursday. And so after that time, starting the 20th, is a no-go, unless it's an emergency. Or you'll have slow and delayed healing. It's that moon energy. It affects the oceans, and our bodies are made mostly of water, so it affects us too. Just like it does the oceans, the tides coming and going, right? So whenever you're in a waning moon, that's where the light is disappearing from the face of the moon, you're good to go. If it's waxing and putting light back on, you're not, okay? So it's like the darkness, interestingly enough, is the okay time, which, is it really dark? Right? Think about that. Anyway, yeah, that solar eclipse, that's going to be a doozy. That one's an interesting one. It's kind of special in a very interesting way. We will not be able to see it. If you live in Australia, then, or down there in that region somewhere, you guys will get to see it. But up here in the northern hemisphere, nope, not going to happen. But the energy's there, regardless of whether you can see it or not see it. It's still the energy. And destiny and fate are still a thing. And this feels very destiny and fate with the moon card. Interestingly, we got the moon card. And we're sitting here talking about this new moon coming up. Anyway, here we go. The thing that we're all sorely missing, heart chakra energy, 528 hertz for the win. Got to get some in our lives. So here we go. Some 512. Take a deep breath and just listen. Slowly in, slowly out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Very nice. All right. Now, clearing the energy. We have the card 43. Details, details. Breaks down to a 7 for anybody interested in the numerology going on here. And we have card 18, which breaks down to a 9. All right. Both very, very interesting numbers, especially 9. That one's a special kind of number. Anyway, details. Yes. The most powerful patterns are created within the tiniest details. Pay attention. This is the time to be aware of the fine print in all areas of your life. So many of you, it's interesting because I know the extended tax season, I believe it ends tomorrow, which is the reading, because I'm doing this on the 17th, right? And this reading's for the 18th. Tomorrow's the deadline. So many of you are scurrying like little mice on your taxes, I would assume, or any other documents that may be crossing your desk. Yeah, make sure you pay attention to what it says before you sign, okay? Because we have this elusive energy going on here with the moon that's like, oh, and we got, keep in mind, Mercury is in shadow phase, getting ready to go retrograde. And yeah, communications and things like that can be very mixed up. And so be extra diligent about the details, okay? Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another time. When this card appears in a reading, it's a sign to finesse a project, make small but meaningful gestures, or add a personal touch to your correspondence. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them before, not after when it's too late. Clarity and transparency are key. Yes. You can gain great understanding by observing the minute body language, offhand remarks, and fleeting facial expressions that reveal a larger picture. Okay? So something might reveal a larger picture, but it feels like, we have this murky moon energy, and it feels like you're not quite sure where this is going, but you're traveling the path anyway. For those that need to hear it, in the reversed, heed the gentle warning that perfectionism will not lead you to what you desire, but instead will steer you away from it. Nothing will be good enough when you become obsessed with being perfect. No one can ever measure up to your scrutiny, and nothing that can ever do will assuage that general feeling of not being up to par. Virgos, you Virgos are heavy Virgo placements. Take it easy on yourselves. Okay, because I know Virgos are very bad about that. Aquarius can be very bad about that too, about really over scrutinizing themselves. Do be super scrutinizing with documents, however, okay? You're already perfect just as you are. Reverse, the details card challenges you to accept things as they are in all their imperfections. Well, the moon certainly can have imperfections. To step into the world and engage it without any expectations. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. So just take a deep breath and relax. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. The divine always puts you on the path, even if you don't see what's ahead. You're on the correct path. Okay? The moon card. Card 18. Okay. Threshold of transformation. The moon is full of mystery and wonderment. Its waxing and waning cycles reflect death and rebirth, fertility, intense dreams, deep sleep, heightened psychic abilities, unexpected situations, and transformation. Its cycles reflect the cycles of our spiritual and physical paths in the world of matter. The moon stirs an ancient, mysterious feeling inside of us. The moon's number is 18, the number of challenge, test, initiation, intuition, inner strength, and completion. The moon key intensifies any situation, taking it to unexpected realms. The moon is the threshold or gateway to a new and unknown reality. It is yet another initiation, and its path can be referred to as the dark night of the soul. Many of you may be going through that. And I feel for you because that usually there's a lot of stress and emotions, right? The moon is definitely about our emotions. If you have ever walked outside at night under a full moon without a flashlight and away from any light source, you've experienced the moon's mysterious, illusionary scenery. It is surrealistic. The scenery around you has a different shadowy cast to it. It takes you out of the ordinary. Don't get lost in its illusions. You have to use your senses and pay attention. You have to trust your intuition and your instincts. The moon represents the gateway to the unknown. It brings you to new, unfamiliar ground. And all the fears and demons that have carried you are now bigger, scarier, and meaner monsters than you have ever experienced. When the moon calls you to enter the darkness, feelings and emotions come out of nowhere. Trust your inner divine light. The moon reminds us to go forward without worrying about all the what ifs. Yeah, being a worrywart doesn't help you whatsoever. It does absolutely no good. Trust your authentic self and fight the monsters. Light is always brighter than darkness. The moon's guiding light says, "Follow me. Use your inner strength and focus. Trust your intuition and instincts, and you will wake up on the other side of the threshold, liberated." And yesterday's cards, we had the Nine of Pentacles, the liberation card. Some sort of tower moment that sets you free. There you go. This is the threshold that you're going to walk through. The passage through the moon's threshold is tough, but the reward is renewal. Challenging situations propel us toward transformation. You've earned the rite of passage. The gift of wisdom and love come to you. As the moon reflects all its energy and light onto you, you in turn reflect the energy of love and light to others. We are spiritual beings living in physical bodies, experiencing a material life. Our bodies are vehicles to spread beauty, love, and goodwill to humanity and Mother Earth. The moon can inspire us on our way to new ideas and paths. Though it doesn't reveal the total situation to us, it teaches us to tap into our intuition and trust. It opens information and inherent memories through dreams, meditation, and visions. It reflects where you are on your cycle of life and how you feel about it. It reminds you the cycles of life and our spiritual paths are always beginning, ending, and rebirthing. The moon reminds us that we will pass through the threshold many times on many levels, and each time we do, we heal ourselves, and our awareness becomes more expanded, and our wisdom becomes deeper. The moon reflects the sun. We reflect the divine. The symbolism of the moon image. The moon key illuminates the thresholds on one's path. It leads one to the brilliance of a new dawn. The gray towers represent the threshold or gateway to spiritual enlightenment and wisdom. The cycles of the moon on the towers represent the cycles of nature and the cycle of one's life. The left tower represents the waxing cycle, and the right tower represents the waning cycle. The two wolves represent the guardians of the threshold, as well as the guides that assist one through the dark, unknown path. They symbolize one's natural animal instinct and mental thoughts, when combined, expanding one's intuition. They also represent the unconscious and conscious self, as well as the light and the dark aspects of the self. In Native American tradition, wolf is the teacher, but also the guide to the sacred mountain, where there is a great medicine lake in which all the world is reflected. The forest is where our path begins, leading us through unknown territory. The path comes out onto the golden pyramid, climbing to the very top where the medicine lake is and where the moon reflects all wisdom and rebirth. The owl represents truth and wisdom. The crayfish is emerging from its watery world to the subconscious into the moonlight of illumination. He represents one's primordial self entering into the path of spiritual development. The new moon behind him signifies the start of his journey. The two ravens are calling to the primordial self to wake up. The ravens give courage to enter the darkness, and they offer the promise of healing it can bring. Raven is the bringer of magical, transformative light. The astrological aspect of the moon is Pisces, which is empathetic, receptive, compassionate, creative, and adaptive. Pisces keywords are I believe. I believe. Yep. So, for those of you that have trouble sleeping, having sleep issues, having any sort of dis-ease of any kind, I highly recommend this 528 Hertz tuning fork. Right there. 528 Hertz. That is the key of me in The do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah. That's the me. It cures the memes. So anxiety, depression, anything like that. There's tons of research papers, which I'll be doing videos on, that tout the power of this key. Okay? This key will be the beginning of setting you free from what ails you. Trauma-based system and recovering from past traumas. I hope you visit the video that I did that's about the Marian method and how to do it. The steps and what's required. Simple. Your bathtub, some salt, and this key. You'll be amazed. 7. Give it 7 times. So that's 21 days, basically, anywhere between 14 to 21 days. Depends how often you do it. Every 2.5 to 3 days, with each, as the moon's moving through each of the body parts, that energy will heighten the ability of this to non-invasively give you a helping hand. I have had 7 of them myself since they told me to start doing this, my team. And I can't even tell you that my sleep is way better. I'm sleeping much better. And my energy level's up. My dysautonomia symptoms are gone. Except for the eye thing. And I imagine, because this miracle key, the key of me, is green heart chakra energy. A lot of people are disconnected from their heart chakra. But part of that's because of the frequencies that you have been getting via music and stuff, because everything, starting, I think it was 1939, started being tuned to 440 hertz, where you didn't get this frequency ever. 528 hertz is not a key that's available at 440 hertz on the musical scale. 440 hertz increases chronogranian A, which is a massive factor in cancers and other health problems. This key increases oxytocin and lowers cortisol. If you don't know what those are, I suggest you take a look at what those are. It increases cortisol, or this one decreases cortisol and increases oxytocin. Cortisol is going to be the one that makes you pack on pounds. People call it belly fat. It's all over fat. But most people notice it in their gut first. This increases oxytocin, which is your feel-good chemical in your body. I highly recommend it. Down in the description box is a link to Sacred Waves. That link helps benefit our channel so that we can continue our work trying to help you heal and heal the planet all at the same time. So I hope you take a look at the instructions on the Marian method in my past videos. You'll be amazed at what it does for you. I've dropped 12 pounds. That's the last time I weighed. I think more now. But yeah, my sleep's improved. Dysautonomia symptoms are gone. I think it does take time because they say this helps repair your DNA too, which are your antennas to the divine. Okay? So your spiritual gifts will increase, your intuition and everything else. It's interesting because that fork, these remind me of the energy between the forks. Yeah. And for those of you that are doing this along with me, don't forget Thursday, solar eclipse day. Make sure you do it then for sure. Okay? Big energy that day. So, yeah, it'll help you a lot. Anyway, and I'm temporarily open for personal readings. Information's in the description box below if you would like to get one and find out how. Anyway, infinite Terra, that's heart spelled backwards, and infinite gratitude to all of you. Okay? Have a lovely Tuesday.